Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're heading to the Tank Museum at Bovington Camp for the second of this year's Tiger Days in September 2025. If you've never heard of Tiger Day, it's one of the few occasions when you get to go and see Tiger 131, which is the only known operational Tiger 1 tank running. Now that only normally happens twice a year, in the spring and in the autumn, but this year it was also running at Tankfest. That's because they actually managed to get a Tiger 2 tank and wanted to see the two running together. As well as Tiger 131, you will get to see other tanks running, but as per normal I'm doing all of my introduction at the beginning so you get to hear the full noise of all of those tanks running around the arena at full volume. Now before we get to see those tanks running around the arena, we are just going to have a quick walk around the museum and have a look at what's on offer. If you've never been here before, I'd highly recommend it for a day out, especially if it's going to be for one of their events like Tiger Day or even Tankfest, which happens in the middle of the year. Once we've had a quick look around the Vehicle Conservation Centre, we'll have a look at all the tanks that are parked up outside, and those are the ones that are going to be going around the arena later. Now we're about to head inside and have a look around some of the exhibition halls. Now some of these were closed off for those with premium tickets, but were due to open later in the day. But that explains why some of them may look a little bit quiet in some of these shots, and why we don't get to have a proper look around at some of the exhibits. Now before I leave you to enjoy the sounds of the tanks running around the arena, On the right hand side we have FV4005, which you'll see a bit more of in just a second. Now this was an experimental gun platform that actually had the largest gun ever fitted to a tank at 183mm. It was recently restored by Mr. Hughes, and if you haven't seen his series of videos on this tank, I'll put a card in the right hand corner.
Well, like for a country lane, stuff like that.
Here's the neighbours. We came in it this morning. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about the weather, but we'll make do the best we can. We all got to see the big fella today, Tiger 131, but a big battle tank like the Tiger can't operate alone. There's a number of vehicles which act in a support role, so our first display today is looking at vehicles which I'm going to call support vehicles into position so they can take off. So there he goes, the Kent Crad, he's got a bit of speed on there. Aaron's giving it a bit of welly. The Kent Crad, largely unknown outside specialist circles. Now we have a much more iconic vehicle called a Seep. This, I said to someone earlier on, this is probably one of the most successful vehicles you are going to see today, in the sense that it was designed. And interestingly, the armour on the front of this dingo is 30mm thick. Very popular amongst senior commanders. In fact, the recce troops of armoured units were often complaining that these things would be, liberated by their commanding officer as a run around the battlefield so that they could contact various elements of the unit. Guns. This is the M5A1 Stuart. Its speed and maneuverability. So we have progressed. Now, during World War II, the British had a rather checkered history with heavy armoured cars. There's a number you'll see in the Tank Museum. What William has done with armoured engineering is to restore it to what is called in phase one. That's a running version of the machine. So this actual M3 itself was built, we believe, by Pullman Standard Company, car company, and there's potential it would. Thank you so much, Stuart. So as the ramp goes off there, we're just going to. Our attack to the locals. 0.174, simply 174 metres above sea level. The only thing that is there is an Africa core in place. Brent Gunner here, laying down, covering fire. What's a major advantage, it should be able to push the DAK from their secondary positions. DAK from their secondary positions. In favour of the Sherwoods, they fought hard to get here. It looks like they're going to open that road into Tunis. Hello? More German armour. It's a Panzer III super weapon. Panzer Mark 6. They've been told that if they could hold the 504th Heavy Tank Battalion from 104 Schwerpanzer. All of this is going to hinge on whose reinforcement comes first. Will it be the German heavies? The 504th have got here first. It's the Panzer 6 Tiger tank. But there's nothing that the Sherwoods have got that can deal with this. That fearsome Flak 88 will penetrate Allied armour from a distance of getting over 2 kilometres. And you can hear that coming towards you. Well, there's some incoming fire. It's heading for the high ground. Mercifully, the Tiger does have a few weak points, one of which is it's underpowered. The Maybach you can hear there growling was designed for a 40-ton vehicle, no option. Go on, Sergeant. Oh, hello, the firefight starts again. That's it, he's missed. I suspect it wasn't a clear shot, it's back. Right, here, there's a hit on the Panzer III. Panzer III's been knocked out. The Germans weren't very impressed.
Now the Churchill tank sees action at Dieppe in 1942. There's a worry. The British military wonder if it's going to be good enough. But they managed to improve it. And because the Americans make it with very sensible ideas in mind, 30 tons, got to be shipped over the Atlantic or across the Pacific to fight. Simple, reliable, they've got a citizen army coming, won't have vast amounts of time for training. So we've got to make that usable, and they go to the car industry as well and say, how can we make this at scale? Normally you only use railway manufacturers. They get companies like Ford, they look at how they're going to build this in a certain manner. This one looks great, fantastic, but it's not what we quietly wanted. The Cromwell has that Liberty engine in, that's what sees action. This one here, something along the lines, it's called a Centaur 3. They don't see action on the Western Front or after D-Day. Only a certain variant does with a 95mm howitzer in it. They're the ones that you'll see out in Normandy with those white lines painted on the side. They were there for about 6 weeks with the Royal Marine. The Soviets come up with a much bigger, thicker, grander tank than the ones we've seen at the end of World War II. And they start by having an auto, or it's an assisted loading system. This is stage 2 of the project, testing it out. They build a turret like this, and you've got two guys loading the rounds inside. They're enormous. Round goes in first, followed by the cartridge full of all the explosives that's going to blast that 183mm round out the end of the barrel. So as a Panther, so we've got a great gun here. It's got a slightly shorter, stubby case from the 3-inch anti-aircraft gun. Not quite the same as a 17-pounder. Again, on this vehicle, we've got 10cm thick armour in places. And we've also got that fantastic Meteor engine now. It's available.